right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles, a great millstone. Love to give peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And to the men, women, and children that are listening and learning, and unto the Bayath Davadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. All right, Sunday evening, camp, Lord willing, to be edifying unto the body and to the sincere believers and listeners. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this is going to be the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 1. And it says, "Behold, my servant whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles." Okay, and this Gentiles is talking about the other nations. Okay, the heathens. Starting with, of course, the wicked nation, Esau, Edom, along with Moab, the so-called Chinese and Koreans, Ammon, the so-called Japanese, Ham, the so-called Africans, Japheth, the so-called Polynesians, Pacific Islanders, Ishmael, the so-called Arabs, and so on and so forth. Okay, bringing forth judgment to the Gentiles. Okay, judgment, justice, because they all have to pay. They all have to pay for their iniquity and, of course, their disrespect towards the Lord and his people. Okay, and that's what the elect men are going to do. Okay, the 144,000, okay, which will be the governing body. Okay, the 144,000, 12,000 men from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, verse 2, it says, "He shall not cry, nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street." Verse 3, "A bruised reed shall he not break, and the smoking flax shall he not quench. He shall bring forth judgment into truth." Verse 4, "He shall not fail, nor be discouraged, till he have set judgment in the earth, and the isles wait for his law." Okay? So, judgment is coming. Righteousness is coming. Okay? When Yahweh Shai returns, he's going to set everything, when Yahweh Shai returns along with his elect, okay, and the heavenly host, we're going to set everything back in order. Lord willing, that we're part of that elect, that we be those men of old. Okay, those men of renown, with that high status, that power. Okay? We're going to set everything back in order through righteous judgment. Okay? And nothing's going to be able to stop us. Nothing. Verse 5. Verse 5, it says, "Thus saith the power, the Lord, he that created the heavens and stretched them out, he that spread them, he that spread forth the earth, and that which cometh out of it, he that giveth breath unto the people upon it, and spirit to them that walk therein." Verse 6, "I, the Lord, have called thee in righteousness, and I will hold thine hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house." Okay, in verse 6, excuse me, in verse 6, that Gentiles is talking about the Israelite foreigners, okay, those that have lost their way, that have become, ingrained and accustomed to the heathens and their cultures. Okay, we are to be a light unto them, and we're also going to be a light even to the heathen nations as well, because they're going to be under us in the kingdom, and we're going to be enforcing the laws. We're going to be enforcing righteousness upon them. the law, statutes, and commandments that come out of this book. You know, we won't teach other Israelites this book because we'll have that knowledge, that wisdom and understanding. But these other nations won't have it. Okay, they'll be learning from us. This book right here will be their education. All of their heathen philosophies, their doctrines, all that's going to be thrown out the fucking window. Okay? All of that shit is going to be thrown out the fucking window. Okay, because they're going to learn how to do things the right way. Okay? And we're going to teach them the right way. Whether they like it or not, accept it or not, or believe it or not. Okay? And those prisoners from the prison that sit in darkness, who are those prisoners? The Israelites, man. This is our prison. America. Okay? We're not, this place is a prison that is just falling apart. Verse 9, I am the Lord, that is my name. I am the Lord Yahweh, that is my name. And my glory will I not give to another, neither get my praise to graven images. Okay? So, Yahweh Shem Shai says he's not going to give his glory to anybody else, nor is he going to give praise to these images made by the hands of man. Okay? These false idols. Okay? Yahweh Shem Shai is above that. It says, verse 9, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you of them. Verse 10, sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth, that ye go down to the sea, and all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof. Okay? And the singing this new song is talking about this truth. Okay? Verse 11, let the wilderness and the cities thereof lift up their voice, the villages that Kedar doeth inhabit. Let the inhabitants of the rock sing. Let them shout from the top of the mountains. Let them give glory unto the Lord and declare his praise in the islands. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. Verse 14, I have long time holden my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now I will cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. Excuse me. So Yahweh Shem Shai is not going to hold back anymore. Okay? He's going to let it be known that he's a man of war. And he's about to make his move. Okay? This place has, you know, disrespected and stained the Lord's reputation long enough. Okay? Yahweh Shem Shai is not going to take it anymore. Especially not from his own people. These people, especially the 2/3, you know, you're Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and the speckled bird whose father's seed line goes back. You are Israelites according to the Bible, yet you will not take heed to this word. You will not take heed to this book that's about your history, about your life. Okay? You will not take heed to it. You would rather ignore this truth and live amongst these other people, wanting to be just like them, wanting to be equal to them. Yet but when it comes to your own people who are trying to help you remember who you are and whose you are, no, you'll buck up against us. Hell, even try to kill us if given the chance. Verse 15, I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up all the herbs. I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools. And I will bring the blind by the way that they knew not. I will lead them in the paths that they have not known. I will make darkness light before them. and crooked things straight. These things will I do unto them and not forsake them. Okay? So Yahweh Hashem Shai is going to lay this place desolate. It's going to be destitute of life. But those that are, like I said, I'm going to read verse 16. I will bring the blind by the way they knew not, and will lead them in paths that they have not known. I will make darkness light before them, and crooked things straight. These things will I do unto them, and not forsake them. Verse 17, they shall be turned back, they shall be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images, that say to the molten image, ye are our gods. Verse 18, hear ye deaf, and look ye blind, that ye may see. Verse 19, who is blind but my servant? Or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant? Okay? So, who is the blind? Who is the deaf? Okay? Israel, right? So, you know, turn back and be greatly ashamed of these images. You know? Because we were once in that estate, you know, worshiping the ideals of the heathen, the philosophies, the doctrines. Now that we've woken up out of that, we feel that we're ashamed. We're ashamed of the fact that, that we were once into this mess. And now that the Lord woke us up, now it's like, damn. It's like, damn, man. I was actually into this stuff. You say to yourself, what the hell was I doing? Because once you put away the old man upon the new man, it's just, it's a different mindset, a whole different conduct, different act altogether. And you look back at yourself, at your old self, and you were just like, you can't help but feel ashamed that was once you. That's why we need Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. We need him. He don't need us. We need him. Verse 20. Oh. Verse 20. It says, excuse me. Verse 20 says, seeing many things, but thou observest not. Opening the ears, but heareth not. Verse 21, the Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. Verse 22, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. Okay? So who are those people that are hid in the prison houses, or for a prey, and none delivereth? Robbed and spoiled. The Israelites. Us. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds whose father's seed line goes back. Okay? We are a people that is robbed and spoiled. We've had our language taken from us, and it's been bastardized by those small hats into a language called Yiddish, which is nothing but a heathen language that's like a mixture of German, Spanish, and I think I can't remember what other, what other languages it's a mix of, but that's not true Hebrew. Okay? We've had our language taken from us. We've had our customs taken from us. We even had our law taken from us and had it been turned into something else. Okay? We've had our whole way of life taken from us. Okay? And that just goes to show you, man, just how that just goes to show the major ass whooping that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai gave us, man. He stripped us of everything, made us completely bare, desolate. We had absolutely nothing. And we still don't have anything. All we've got is this. This is the one thing that we've got that gives us faith and hope, and that, you know, that we look towards better things to come after this place is over. Verse 23. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? 24. Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to robbers? Did not the Lord, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. So, because of our iniquity and our rebelliousness, the Lord put us in this position. Okay? 25. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger, and the strength of battle, and it hath set him on fire round about. Yet he knew not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. So, you know, if you go throughout history, you know, the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom, you know, because of our disobedience, man, you know, Yahweh Shemel Shai had these other nations come up against us round about. Okay, the northern kingdom, they were overtaken by the Assyrians. The southern kingdom was first taken by Babylon, by the Babylonians. And you know, that just goes to show you, man, because you know, you know, just the slightest, you know, just going off in general, man, you're putting yourself, you know, just going off in general, man, you're already taking that step towards death. Okay, that's why we cannot lean upon our own understanding or follow after the ways of these other people. Okay, we're supposed to be focused on Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, nothing else. In fact, let me see. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Slack here, give me a moment. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna start right here. This is gonna be, excuse me. This is gonna be the book of the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, starting at verse 1. It says, "Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying," verse 2, "Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coasts, and set him for their watchman." Verse 3, "If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people." Verse 4, "Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head." Okay? So, you know, just like how, you know, us prophets are, we are watchmen. We're blowing the trumpet right now by giving you the warning coming from the word of the Lord. So if you don't take heed to it, you know, and when that judgment comes, you will be held accountable for your own actions. Okay? All we can do is give you the warning. We can't force you in any way physically to you know, we can't force you to follow this. All we can do is tell you the truth. If you choose not to believe or follow or heart, you know, that's on you. You can't blame us, because We gave you the warning. Verse 5, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. So if you take heed to this word, man, like I just said, he shall deliver his soul, which means you'll be saved from judgment. Okay? Verse 6, but if the watchman see the sword come, and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. Okay? So it's our responsibility to warn the people, because if we don't, and something happens, then it's on us, because we were the ones responsible for giving you the warning. Okay? That's why we're out here. Okay? We're here to tell you these things. We're here to tell you the truth. But the majority of you are gonna be in are gonna go through exactly what's gonna happen in verse 4, and I'm gonna read it again. Verse 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Okay? So a lot of you 2/3, you're not going to listen. So therefore, you have to go. Okay? Verse 7, so thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, thus thou shalt hear the word at my mouth, and warn them from me. Verse 8, when I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou doest not speak to warn the wicked from his way. The wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So there you go. So as watchmen, we have a responsibility. This is our job, okay? To warn you, but if you turn not from your wicked ways, if we don't speak unto you to tell you what you're doing is wrong, it's that comes back on us. We have to answer for it. So you may think of us as just being assholes or rude or mean or trying to force this down your throat. To be honest with you, you could say that, yeah, sure, we're trying to force it down your throat because we're trying to warn you of the hell that's coming. We're trying to warn you of the judgment that's coming. So if you don't want to hear it, okay, fine. We're just trying to get the blood off our hands, because we do not want to be responsible for whatever happens to you. Verse 9, nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way and turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So I gave you the warning, you didn't listen. So okay, fine, whatever. I'm good, because I gave you the warning. I already told you. Verse 10, therefore, O thou son of man, speak unto the house of Israel, thus ye speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, if we pine away in them, how shall we then live? Verse 11, saying to them, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from your evil ways, for why will ye die, O house of Israel? So the Lord just said right there, he has no pleasure in the death. He doesn't take pleasure in putting people to death. He would rather you turn away from your wrongdoings and turn back to him. That's what he would prefer you to do. Okay? Excuse me. The Lord does not take pleasure in putting you to death. It's just that you're giving him a reason to by being rebellious. Okay, you're putting yourself out there as you're basically putting a target marker over your head, man. Pretty much telling the Lord, like, look, go ahead, take me out. I'm not going to follow you. You might as well just get rid of me. Verse 12, therefore, thou son of man, say unto the children of thy people, the righteousness of the righteous shall not deliver him in the day of his transgressions. As for the wickedness of the wicked he shall not fall thereby in the day that he turneth from his wickedness. Neither shall the righteous be able to live for his righteousness in the day that he sinneth. Okay? Verse 13, when I shall say to the righteous that he shall surely live, if he trust to his own righteousness and commit iniquity, all his righteousness shall not be remembered, but for his iniquity that he hath committed, he shall die for it. Okay? So, while we strive for righteousness, man, we cannot be making mistakes, going off, because, we have to pay for that, okay? Because we're in a position to where we're held to that standard to where, we have to lead by example, have to discipline ourselves to show our people what we're supposed to be doing and how we're supposed to be doing it. Okay, we can't be contradicting ourselves. We can't be hypocrites, man. But if the wicked turneth from his evil ways and repent, he shall live. But the moment someone who's in, supposed to be striving for righteousness, but he goes off, he's pretty much setting himself up for failure. Okay, and we can't be doing that. Verse 14, again, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, if he turn away from his sin. If he turn away from his sin and do that which is lawful and right, if the wicked restore the pledge, give again that he had robbed, walk in the statutes of life without committing iniquity, he shall surely live, he shall not die. Verse 16, none of his sins that he hath committed shall be mentioned unto him. He hath done that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live. So, turn away from this place and live. Turn away from the world and turn to Yahweh Shemel Shai and live. That is the only way you're going to live, is by turning to the Lord. Okay? The ways of this world is not going to help you live. It just leads to death. Okay? This world is a dead end. That's all it is. It is a dead fucking end. Verse 17, yet the children of thy people say, the way of the Lord is not equal, but as for them, their way is not equal. Verse 18, when the righteous turneth from his righteousness and committeth iniquity, he shall even die thereby. 19, but if the wicked turn from his wickedness and do that which is lawful and right, he shall live thereby. Verse 20, yet ye say, the way of the Lord is not equal, O ye house of Israel. I will judge you every one after your ways. And it came to pass, in the 12th year of our captivity, in the 10th month, in the 5th day of the month, that one that had escaped out of Jerusalem came unto me, saying, the city is smitten. Verse 22, now the hand of the Lord was upon me in the evening, afore he that was escaped came. And I opened my mouth until he came unto me in the morning, and my mouth was opened, and I was no more dumb. Okay? So the Lord, going back to verse 20, yet ye say, the way of the Lord is not equal. O ye house of Israel, I will judge you, everyone after his ways. So, it's like saying that, the Lord is going to judge you according to your ways, according to your actions, your deeds. Okay? And the Lord is a just and fair power. Okay? It's just that, you people give him a reason to justify judgment. You people give him a reason to do what he has to do for righteousness' sake and his name's sake. Okay? If you would just stop rebelling and just follow his orders, you wouldn't have to deal with this. We wouldn't have to deal with this. Verse 23, for the word of the Lord came unto me. For the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, they that inhabit those wastes of the land of Israel speak, saying, Abraham was one, and he inherited the land. But we are many. The land is given us for inheritance. Verse 25, wherefore say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, ye eat with the blood, and lift up your eyes toward your idols, and shed blood, and shall ye possess the land? 26, ye stand upon your sword, ye work abomination, and ye defile every one his neighbor's wife, and ye shall possess the land. 27, say thou thus unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, as I live, surely they that are in the waste shall fall by the sword, and him that is in the open field will I give to the beasts to be devoured, and they that be in the forts and in the caves shall die of pestilence. For I will lay the land most desolate, and the pomp of her strength shall cease, and the mountains of Israel shall be desolate, that none shall pass through. Then shall they know that I am the Lord, when I have laid the land most desolate because of their abominations which they have committed. So there you go, man. Because of our idolatry, because of, I'm not following this, we talk about how, our people be going off and what happens, but what else can we tell you? It's as simple as this. We even told in the book of James, chapter 4, being a friend of this world, roughly paraphrasing, being a friend of this world is enmity with the Most High. If you love this world, then you hate Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? If you love this world, you hate the Lord. It is as simple as this. And even if it sounds like a broken record all the time, well, guess what? We're going to keep on saying it. Okay? If you are not with him, you are against him. Let's see. All right. Give me a moment. There we go. Here, this is exactly what I was looking for. Ezekiel chapter 37, starting from the top verse 1, and it says, The hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley which was full of bones. Verse 2, and caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, they were very dry, many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. Verse 3, and he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, thou knowest. Verse 4, again he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Verse 5, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. Verse 6, and I will lay sinews upon you, and I will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Okay? In the valley of the dry bones. Okay? And that valley is talking about here. Okay? America. Because as you can see, before we got this truth, we were just people walking in a dead state, spiritually dead, not physically dead, just spiritually dead. We had no idea of who we were, or whose we were, or what was really going on behind the scenes. Okay? That's just how far gone we were. But the Lord brought us back by breathing that breath of life into us, which is this. Okay, and as the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word. We live because of this. Oh, excuse me, acid reflux. Ugh. But yeah, man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word. This is our lifeline. It's because of this word that we now have that breath of life now. And as it said back in Ezekiel, let me read it again. Verse 4. Ezekiel 37:4, it says, again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Verse 5, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. Verse 6, and I will lay sinews upon you, and I will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Okay? As people started waking up, we started getting more and more knowing what's really going on, seeking out the truth. Okay? And it says here, verse 7, so I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise. And behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. So you can kind of compare this to like being alive right now, but that breath, which is talking about the truth. So physically, yes, we were, but we didn't have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the Lord. Okay, so that's what it says. Going back, it said here, verse 8, when I beheld, lo, the sinew and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Verse 9, then he said unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon the slain, that they may live. Verse 10, so I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Okay? Waking up the men of the Lord, man. Because we, like I said, before we came into this, we were just people of the world. But once the word of the Lord got out through first with Abba Bivens, okay, and then the men that came after him, King Mashah, High Priest Ariah, Elder Apostle Tahar, so on and so forth, we as time progressed, and with the internet, we were able to get this word throughout the four corners of the earth, waking up those men, the men that stand firm for the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and Lord willing that we are those men that stand firm for his namesake until the very end. All right, verse 11. Then he said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried up, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. 12. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, my people, I will open your graves, and cause you to come up out of your graves, and bring you into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves. And shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord. Okay? So, Yahweh Shai is waking up his people. Okay? Waking up his men, and he's waking up the believers. Okay? Okay? Like we always say, in our introductions, the prophets, the Akim, the brotherhood that preach and teach this word, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, because this is the hardest job, and it's the most dangerous. Okay? We're risking everything for this, because we don't care about this life. We hate our lives here. This isn't living. This is just misery, hell. Okay? And to the men, women, and children that are listening and learning, the sincere believers, okay, that believe upon the testimony. We hope we're of the elect. That's why we're called the hopeful elect, because we hope that we are amongst the Lord's chosen, that we won't be left behind in this hellhole to die. Okay? Now it says here, verse 15. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, verse 15, Ezekiel 37:15. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, 16. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it for Judah, and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick, and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. Verse 17, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. 18, and when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Verse 19, say unto them, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand. And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations. Okay, so they won't be northern kingdom and southern kingdom no more. We will be one nation, and that is the kingdom of Israel. And neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. 23, neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them, so they shall be my people, and I will be their power. In verse 24, and David my servant shall be king over them. So that's another scripture that's talking about reincarnation, because in the kingdom to come, David will be king. And the king over King David will be Yahweh Shai. And that's the order. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, King David, and the 11 apostles, or the apostles. And then under the apostles will be the elect, the 144,000, and under them will be the multitude of men, women, and children. All right, and yeah, so let's see. Okay, verse 24. And David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. And they shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob, my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children, and their children's children, forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. So again, King David he'll be back in the kingdom in rulership. Verse 26, moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them, and it shall be an everlasting covenant with them. And I will place them and multiply them, and I will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. Okay? Verse 27, my tabernacle also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their God, and they shall be my people. 28, and the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. Okay? So on that day, the other heathen nations, they're going to know for certainty who are the Lord's people and who he's dealing with. Okay? They're going to know. And of course, in the kingdom, you're going to have that balance where, there are going to be those that are going to be, that are going to respect us and worship us, but you're going to have those certain ones that are going to, still hate us, be jealous, and rebel. Okay? So you're going to have heathens that are going to try and uprise against us, or try to, break the laws that come out of this book, and then they're going to be dealt with instantly and accordingly to keep them in check, to keep them in order. Israel is going to rule forever. Whether you heathens like it or not, accept it or not, believe it or not. When Yahushua returns and sets everything back in order, we're going to destroy all your armies, all your weapons, and we're going to put your ass in subjection unto us, and you're going to be burying all those bodies of the dead, and you're going to be building up the kingdom. Now going back to Isaiah. I was on Isaiah 42. All right, this is going to be Isaiah chapter 43, verse 1, and it says, but now thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine. Okay? Thou art mine. That's showing you that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that's, he has that, he possesses us. He owns us. We are his property. Okay? We are his possession. Okay? He's possessive of us. We belong to him. You know how you're possessive of someone or something? Okay? Which means you don't let nobody else take it from you. You own it. It belongs to you. And here's another one. Isaiah chapter 44, verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. Verse 3, for I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. And one shall say, I am the Lord, I am the Lord's. Okay? So, Yahweh Shem Shai is, once again, we belong to Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? And it's by him and through him that we live, and by him and through him that we die. Okay? If we choose to follow, we live. If we choose to rebel, we die. Okay? We belong to him and no one else. Going back to verse 5. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob. And another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, concerning himself by the name of Israel. Verse 6. Thus saith the Lord, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, I am the first, and I am the last. Besides me, there is no God. I am the first, and I am the last. Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Yahweh Shai, it started with him and it will end with him. Okay? In fact, let's see, I think that's what, Isaiah, 1 Corinthians, where is it? There we go. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 45. And it says, and so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. So there you go. The first Adam was made a living soul, and the last Adam was made a quickening spirit. So once again, the first and the last. Revelation chapter 1. Revelation chapter 1, verse I'm going to start at verse 7. And it said, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen. Verse 8, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is, which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. Okay, this is talking about Yahweh Shai. Okay, so dropping down to verse 11, here it says again, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, unto Smyrna, and to Pergamos, and to Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. Okay, so again, it started with Yahweh Shai, and it's going to end with him. Okay, he's going to bring an end to this entire society, mainly the system. Okay. In fact, Revelation chapter, let's see. Chapter 13. Oh, skipped it. Excuse me. Revelation chapter 13, starting at verse... I'll start at verse 14. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. So, who is that first beast that had a wound by a sword and did live? It was Rome. If you look at how this system is set up, the courts, you know, just the whole entire system, you know, the way things are set up here, this is Rome all over again. Okay? The judicial system, the laws, the courts, the policies, it's all modeled after Rome. You could look up the Treaty of Rome for yourself. Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So there's going to come a point in time, you know, when this devil comes down with that great wrath, man. And, you know, he's bringing about this, that new system, the MOTB, okay? You know, those that are against it, they will be ostracized. And those that fear the Lord, they're going to come down like madmen, sparing none. Why? Because of this. And Esau, Edom knows. He knows. They're coming. They're coming. Verse 16, and he caused us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their forehead. So that little digital parasite, the size of a grain of rice, it's either going to go in your right hand or in your forehead. Okay? Hell, they could put it in your left hand, in your shoulder. They could put it wherever. It's as simple as this. If you take it, regardless of wherever they put it in you, whether it be in your head or in your hand, you take that damn thing, you have pretty much signed your death warrant with the Most High. And at that point, he has to get rid of you. He has to destroy you. Okay? No what ifs, whys, or hows, or buts about it. And you can't take it back either. Once you've allowed these devils to inject you with that damn thing, that's it. Bye. Bye. Okay? This is not a game. Okay, the Lord is already, you know, the Lord is telling you, and we've been telling you time and time again, man, don't take that damn thing. Okay? Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay? So you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade. So you won't be able to go into the grocery store, buy your usual things. You won't be able to sell. You won't be able to trade. You won't be able to do anything. You won't even be authorized to. You won't even be authorized to work without that thing. So, you know, be prepared to lose your job. In fact, be prepared to lose everything, because without that digital parasite that's the size of a grain of rice, you will not be able to function in this society. You'll basically be a bum, homeless, and that's what we're gonna have to. That's what's gonna come down to. The only way you're going to live comfortably and normal again is if you take it. So, prepare yourself. Prepare your mind, that, it's going to get to the point where you're going to have to, like I said, you're going to have to give up everything. Your livelihood, your job, your car, your worldly possessions, they're not going to mean anything anymore. Well, they never did to begin with, but, you have to learn to detach yourself spiritually and mentally and emotionally from this place, man. You can't. It's gonna get rough out here. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay? And the number 6 represents sin, if you look up biblical numerology. Okay? This is going to be the book of, I just skipped it. Let's see. Bear with me a moment. Okay. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. Actually, I'm going to start at verse 4. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the power. And what nation of people do that? Okay? Esau, Edom, the so-called Caucasian, which more commonly known as white people. Okay? They are our sworn enemy. They are the enemy to the whole world. They're not just a sworn enemy to the nation of Israel, but they're an enemy to all these other nations too. And these other nations are starting to see that this motherfucker is the devil. They're starting to see that. He's draining them of their resources. He's crippling their job economy, their job market. He's crippling their economies. He's taking all their, that's what Esau Edom is. He's a colonizer. He gains everything through rape, robbery, murder, oppression, and indoctrination. That's how he gets down. Okay? He takes everything but never gives anything back in return. And the whole world is seeing that now. They're seeing him for who he really is and what he really is. He's that deceiver, that false accuser, the slanderer. You can't do business with this devil. You just can't. Because he's like I said, let me get this script and I'll get the script that's in mind. Verse 5, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 5. Remember you not that when I was with you, I had told you these things. Verse 6, and now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So it's by the hand of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai controls everything, even Esau Edom the wicked. What he fails to realize, that he thinks he's the one in control. No. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is the one that's controlling him. He just doesn't realize it. Because that's just how blinded he is by his pride. He is blinded by his pride. Okay? Esau, Edom was never good to begin with. He was never righteous to begin with. And for a time, these people thought he was, and for a time, all these nations thought that him and his people were the people of the Lord. They thought, yeah, these are the people. This is the Lord's people. This is them. Yeah, that's when, he deceived the whole world, man. He really had people going for a while, but, Yahweh Shem El Shai is now exposing him for who he is because of his lies, his treachery. Verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. When Yahweh Shai returns with the heavenly host and the chariots, light this place up with those nukes, and with the laser beam fire from the chariots. Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay? With this in verse 10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Verse 11, and for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Okay? Right now, Esau, Edom, I was watching a video earlier. There was a thing in Germany where they built this AI machine that could build a house, an entire house. There won't be no need for construction workers. You got a machine that can build houses. Okay? That AI. Okay? That's part of Esau, Edom's technology. They're eventually it's gonna get to a point where they're gonna be replacing people with AI. There'll be no need, people will be out of work. That's part of Esau, Edom's agenda. To force people, into submission unto him. Okay? Since he's building this AI, what are you gonna do? Like, what's gonna be next? AI deliveries. You make an order of something off of Amazon or whatever, and AI is gonna be going to deliver it to your house. This is all Esau, Edom's technology. Okay. So yeah, the Lord's gonna send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. So Yahweh Shem El Shai is gonna send that strong delusion to where these people are gonna be thinking that this technology is so awesome. It's incredible. It makes things so much more convenient for us. Yeah, okay, it makes things so much more convenient for you, but what happens when this AI takes over? Takes away your job or becomes self-aware, starts turning on, how the whole thing with the movie Terminator, with Skynet and all that turning against humanity. And that's also part of like I said, we don't know we know that Esau, Edom is a madman. There's no telling what sort of abominable things that he has cooped up, other than just these robot dogs and building robots that he's gonna sooner or later deploy into the streets to quell the herd of mass and civil unrest and mass rebellion and all that. We've only seen a glimpse of the toys, the technology that Esau, Edom has. But when all hell breaks loose and they implement martial law, we're gonna see some shit. And and the only way we're gonna get through this is by Yahweh Shem El Shai. Lifting up that standard, giving us that spiritual power, so that way we could defend ourselves or get away. Okay? That is the only way we're gonna get through this. Verse 11, now verse 12. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So those that that take pleasure and believe in a lie and follow after this man and his science and his technology, they're going to be damned because they don't have no love or belief in the truth, but they choose to believe in a lie. Okay? They take pleasure in unrighteousness. They take pleasure in the things of this place. But verse 13, but we are bound to give thanks always to the Most High for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because the Most High hath from the beginning chosen you to salvation, through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth. So think about that, man. Chosen you from the beginning to salvation, through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth. Chosen us, Lord willing, that we are those people from the very beginning that were sanctified by his Spirit, chosen to salvation, that were those sincere believers. Lord willing, that is us. Lord willing, that we were chosen from the very beginning, that we are amongst the elect that are going to be saved out of this hellhole. So, you know, as the scriptures say in the book of Matthew, roughly paraphrasing, you know, many are called, but few are chosen. So there's a lot of Israelites that are awake, that know that they're Israelites, but the thing is, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is sifting. Why? Because he's looking for those that are sincere and that are looking to follow him. He's looking for those that are sticking to the 100% truth, okay, studying to show themselves approved, and staying faithful to him and not going off, okay? Stick to the doctrine, okay? Those are the ones that he's looking for. Those are the ones that he's looking for. Okay? We're not, you know, Lord willing, like I said, Lord willing, to be us. That we don't have to, you know, that we don't get left out here. You know, to be bugged out, or to be panicking, or to who knows what. Excuse me. You know, that we don't, you know, have to worry about, you know, that's a scary thing, man. It's just to be, you know, for the Lord to take his Spirit from you. That you forget everything that you've learned and were taught, and you go right back out into the world, man. That's a scary fucking thing. That is a nightmare. Verse 14, whereunto he called you by our gospel to the obtaining of the glory of the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Verse 15, therefore, brethren, stand fast and hold the tradition which ye have been taught, whether by word of our epistle, so there you go, which you've been taught, whether by word of our epistle, this letter. So there you go, man. Hold fast to the traditions which ye have been taught, the traditions that come out of this book. This is the true tradition, okay? No other tradition of the world is our tradition, except the doctrine of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, okay? But anyway, verse 16, now our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach himself, and the Most High, Yahweh, even our Father, which hath loved us, hath given us everlasting consolation and good hope through grace. Verse 17, comfort your hearts and establish you in every good work and in every good word and work. Okay? So, you know, now that we know that the Lord had chosen us, you know, woke us up to get this word. So, in all truth and sincerity, in everything that we do in our daily walk in lives, we have to do every good word and every good work. Okay? Walk upright, have integrity, and, you know, walk upright, have integrity, and do what is right, man. Do what is right. Okay, I'm gonna get going to the back to the thing with the two candles, the two sticks of the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom becoming one again. This is gonna be the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 11. Isaiah chapter 11. I'm sorry, verse 11. Oh wait, actually, start verse 10. It says, "And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek." And the Gentiles is talking about the Israelite foreigners. "And his rest shall be glorious." Verse 11, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand, again the second time, to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth." Verse 13, "The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim." Verse 14, "But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west, and they shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them." And verse 15, "The Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with the mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the seven streams, and make men go over the dry shod." In verse 16, "There shall be an highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in the day that he came up out of the land of Egypt." So, going back to verse 13, "The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim." So the northern and southern kingdom, we will no longer be at each other's throats. We will no longer be at competition with one another. We will no longer be racist towards one another. We will not have nothing against one another anymore. The so-called Negroes, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, the southern kingdom, and the so-called Latinos and Native Americans and Seminole Indians, which is Ephraim all the way down to Issachar, we're not gonna be at odds with each other. We're not gonna be against each other anymore. We're gonna come together again like one big happy family, like we were during the time of Solomon. But this time it's gonna be Yahweh Shai, and this time we're gonna be one big, happy, loving, fully functional family under Yahweh Shai forever. Okay? And we're gonna take possession of the other nations and their land. Okay? We're gonna take possession of the other nations. Okay? They're gonna be our tributaries. They're gonna be our servants. Okay? Because we're tired of them. We're tired of being under them because they know not righteousness. It was never meant for them to know righteousness. And they say that we have no right to pick up this book and read from it. No, they have no right to pick up the book. All right? This is our history, our book. Okay? That's all I had for this. Lord willing that it was an edifying camp. And it's getting dark out here. And there's barely any light, so don't want to stay out here for too long. But Lord willing that you were edified through the Spirit and facing the east. I'd like to give all honor, infinite glory, and all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Wadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning. And unto the Bayat Dawadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharallah, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom Barakatam.